Well, I've been talking in a muted mic this whole time, so now that I've unmuted myself, welcome everyone to the extra match between Poland and Russia. Poland has already won the match, so Russia here is trying to get some much needed game wins for tiebreaker reasons. We have Night's Watch Wolf versus Stark Sea of Blood. Night's Watch Wolf we've seen multiple times against against a lot of decks. It's a very heavy attrition deck that's centered around stealing your opponent's characters and beating them with them. And Stark Sea of Blood, I have not seen really since the Sea of Blood restriction. I know it was quite popular before. And I was just commenting how I was looking if Stark had nothing burns like the cold, they could have killed the wall, but unfortunately they did not. So indeed, like chat said, brave setup. So we see King Rob plus Rickon, duped King Rob, we see Cat, and then now we see a ranging party. Recruiter Ramsey is 9 gold. Yeah, that would be really sick. But we see Messenger Raven plus Rose Road plus Eastwatch. Let's see. Recruiter Ward would have been good too. Sets you up for March next turn. If you had recruited Rickon and then played Ward on Cat. Marshall and Cat against Marshall and Cat against Ward feels really risky. I mean, you still have to do it, I guess. Would you not play your cards? See, intrigue challenge come through. Discards Janos Slint at random. We see a military challenge with King Rob. So he can use King Rob to remove one of these characters from the challenge, or he could just kind of take this as your opponent doesn't have to kill anyone. I think the Stark player is. I think Serge is deciding what he wants to do with King Rob here. Is what we're rating him. What is going on here? Is someone lagging? Oh, Wuher is disconnected. I see. There we go. And then Wuher wins dominance with 3 gold and the Messenger Raven. Pretty safe first turn for Wuher. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Buzz. I'm just trying to be a little bit more tactful in how I say that they're being slow. Yeah, exactly, Buzz. Honestly, the only reason I'm not mean, or I guess I wouldn't call it like mean or rude. It's just like only reason I'm not more blunt in Game of Thrones streams is because I don't know what I'm talking about. So like it's one thing to like to to know what you're talking about, like because you know the game, and then you can say what you want, like or say what you really mean. But like I don't know what I'm talking about, so it just feels really stupid if I get something wrong or like, and then like I'm being really blunt. It's just like, oh, you're probably wrong actually. But like when I cast L5R, I'm super blunt. Like I'm like, oh that play was actually terrible, or I think this deck is terrible. All right, so you see barring flipped into at the gates. So I wonder if this was a bait on Rickon to sack Rickon against at the gates. Isle of Ravens coming out here, really good. Shuffles back in Rickon. I would not have done that yet. If your opponent has a way to discard one of your characters now, they can then immediately steal it. Like if they steal Rickon, you don't care as much, right? Like obviously it sucks, but you really leave yourself open to a discard effect here. So you see Val Aria come down. What is Surge's restricted card? Oh, Sea of Blood, duh. Jesus. I'm like looking for the card and I'm like, oh wait, it's barring stops wall. Yeah. You're right, Vac. I completely forgot about that. I'm like looking for a card. I'm like, where is this restricted card? Is it Mira? Is it Skagos? Is it Wyman? I'm like, it's none of these. And then I'm like, oh, it's this freaking agenda. We see Frozen Solid on Isle of Ravens, really strong. Really wants to get Yeah, exactly. No, but Buzz points out exactly the line. Means you can wait on the Isle of Ravens until Dom, and then immediately gets frozen solided, which is what happened. So I imagine we'll see a. Oh, okay. So we got another frozen solid here, and then I think we got this warded. I can't really tell. Oh no, this is just in his deck. I see. Oh, that's true. Rickon does stop the agenda every single turn. That makes sense. Yeah. So Less Hearts Cast is literally what he's just playing. He's just playing this card, and then the wall makes it Night's Watch. I always forget about that. So we see I am no one on Arya. This is a good way to force through a Sea of Blood challenge, but yeah, with King Rob's ability, you can force through the Sea of Blood trigger. So he does not have Put to the Torch costs 1, right? So we're gonna see Put to the Torch on the wall. Yeah. So we're gonna stealth the 6, and then goes Intrigue first. I like that. Oh, going Intrigue first is very smart. You get the most information. You might as well. You get it to draw a card. And now here we go. We're gonna see Military with King Rob and Arya stealthing anybody really, because Rob can kick out somebody else. Yeah. Buzz with the slogan, Sergey is a responsible adult. Sergey does intrigue first. For those watching, that was definitely something that I had to learn. Was you should just, if you have the opportunity and it doesn't affect the rest of your turn, you should 100% always do intrigue first, because that allows you to get the most information on how to proceed with your next challenges. And in a game of incomplete information, the person who has the most information generally does the best. So Wuher is just gonna have to. They just shouldn't defend, right? Because King Rob will kick someone out. Yep. So there's Sea of Blood. Sea of Blood. Put to the torch. Put to the torch on the wall. And just like that, this Night's Watch Wolf strategy has kind of been exposed for being a little bit fragile in the earlier turns. I guess just fragile in general, right? It's very powerful, but it definitely is fragile. Yeah. AGoT Domsey pointing out, I tend to do intrigue first and then discard a fleabot on target when there was none before. Yeah, I mean that heuristic is definitely something that should be adhered to, but you should also you should also make sure to not do it when you don't need to. So Wuher wins power, and then should win military here. Oh, sorry, one power against Surge, and now we're gonna see power coming back. We'll see a defense, so not unopposed. We have Ivan calling the next plot being Exchange or Dohairis for Night's Watch. I think Exchange might be better because you could potentially find Ward. Like I think leaving Cat on board is fine, right? Because Yorin and Ward both steal her. Uses E Flash to draw a card. Claimed Arya. interesting enough. I wonder what we'll see the plots be. And we see. Yeah, that's fair, Ivan. I would agree with that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's actually smart to claim Arya there. It's a liability in case of VM, and then you don't want her to be resurrected. I think the colloquialism for card games is reanimated. I don't know if I know I know there's probably a lot of Dota fans there, but anyone listening, League of Legends Worlds group stage starts tomorrow. Super super excited. Enthroned to the summered, excellent. So we saw Ice get discarded to reserve. We see Exchange versus Wardens of the North. I don't know what this does. Let's see. Oh, okay. So you can basically feint challenges. You can basically, I guess. Oh, okay. So Wardens of the North, does this let somebody without the right icon participate in a different challenge? So like, can you have Cat participate in your military challenge? Oh, okay. That's clearly the benefit to running this. Exchange hits Messenger Raven and Isle of Ravens. Geez, that is really unfortunate for the Night's Watch player. As Vac points out, really rough. If you're not hitting 3 cards consistently on your exchanges, you're in trouble. And really, you need to be hitting the 4 cards, otherwise counting coppers is at least more consistent. Because it's not your opponent giving you the worst of them. It does shuffle your deck though. So like for instance in Targ with Mirror Knees markets, shuffling your deck is a big deal. So we have She-Bear. She-Bear puts ice into play. And then we see Wolf King on King Rob. I really like King Rob. Like I think this is a cool card, and like it, I like the art and everything. It's just unfortunately really overshadowed by Core Rob. But in Seal Blood, King Rob does shine. Alright, so as first player, are we going to... So we're doing military first? Man, King Rob is such a beast here. So with claim, ice, and put to the sword, you can clear out the entire Night's Watch board. You could also get another put to the torch. So there's put to the sword, there's claim. Are we gonna see ice get sacrificed? Yep. Yeah, there's the ice. Okay. Oh, this is Wolf King. Interesting that he didn't kill the six military character with ice or put to the sword. So we see Cat coming in for intrigue, discards second copy of Isle of Ravens, and we'll see power come through. Yeah, I guess King Rob can defend this challenge, is the reason that he didn't sacrifice ice. Because this guy's 6 and then Rob is 7. Because Cat and him are both loyal. Oh, Umber Loyalist is loyal, obviously. It's in the name. So he's 8. So we did see Doharis. Doharis versus Return. Return sacrificed Bran, Cat, and She Bear, and then we keep the Umber Loyalist and Rob so that you don't have to discard the cards. So pretty obvious reset turn, and we see see Serg sniff that out and flip return. Doesn't have return against Morgulus though, but King Rob now has an extra dupe. So we see the dupe, we see Winterfell, and we see Greywind. What does Greywind do? Intimidate. Oh, okay, and then he kills Chuds. That's pretty cool. Arya's only in play for one turn, Luki. So maybe he was supposed to not attack with, or not do military that turn, so that Arya would not be claimed. So let's see. He marshaled Rickon. Ramsey killed Greywind, or not killed, sacrificed Greywind. So this is awkward. Rickon will stop the Sea of Blood trigger. Well, it won't stop. I think you get the token and initiate. Cancel those effects. So we see I am no one on Umber Loyalist. Okay, so you don't even get your Sea of Blood token. Yeah, he stops the whole thing. You don't even get your Sea of Blood token. So here comes the military challenge. I guess if you sacrifice Recon to set the Sea Blood trigger, your forest patrol gets claimed. Oh, nice. We see put to the sword on Recon first, and then we're gonna trigger Sea of Blood. Strong. Gets put to the torch. Gonna put to the torch the Eastwatch. Okay. We see Winterfell come down during the power challenge. Does not send the Umber Loyalist on power for some reason, so he can't get the Insight card draw. I don't know why the Umber Loyalist didn't go. Maybe just a misclick. So we're 13. Oh, he wanted to win Dom, I guess? Yeah, this one's him Dom. That's actually smart. So he's trading a card for a power. And at this point in the game, you want the power. And now Night's Watch. So Stark just needs to go first. Because as long as they cannot get sacrifice affected after a Valar, they're fine. This has kind of been a game of basically Stark got going with King Rob, and Night's Watch really couldn't get off the ground. I guess flipping Marsh Shear does the same thing as flipping, yeah, and that's what we see. Interesting. Okay, never mind, they count the 10. Yep, so we'll keep both characters for Doharis, and then we'll march this. Wait, this could be a big deal, actually. Does he have another Ramsey? Is this the don't call it? Yeah, marching a Ramsey is the play here. Don't call it a comeback? Alright, Wuher, show us with your 6 gold. And there he is. Whoa! Woof. Still not out of the woods, but I mean, that is definitely one of the ways to start the comeback. What could Stark have flipped there? Oh, nothing. Because Winter Die has the same initiative as Marched. Yeah, never mind. There was actually nothing that they could have flipped to stop this. That's tough. Three unopposed, claim and Dommels to it. Oh yeah, he still has 1 power. You're right. So he needs all icons in play plus the ability to undom. So we see Donella Hornwood, who makes all your loyal cards cost. Oh, the first loyal. Okay. Gets Alisane. Okay, and that. Oh no, wait. No, this will do it. Military, power, intrigue. Alisane is still standing. Yeah, this should do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dom. Yep, that should do it. We'll see. Serg has to sequence properly, but I trust that he will. Even doing intrigue first, making Buzz proud. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if Allison does 2 challenges because either one of these 2 characters standing wins you Dom. Because she still kneels on power. You just need somebody to be able to do one of the challenges without kneeling, or 4 characters, or hold 1 gold. Like there were a lot of options. Like theoretically, he could have used his Bear Island Scout to get another Bear Island Scout and held 1 gold and still won. And that should do it. 14, and then stand for Dom 15. Well played by Serge, being able to navigate the game, and he got his 1 Seal Blade off to kill the wall, and that was all she wrote. With on the barring turn, he did it. So thanks everyone for watching, and we'll catch you later. That's true. He did not play around Dolores Ed with Winterfell. So definitely a small mishap there. Alright, we'll see you guys for the next games.